Hello, I'm Stephen Gold, the author of The Return of Breaking Law, the book What I Wrote.
And you still haven't had a haircut.
Did somebody speak? Today's the day we have a legal picnic, not for teddy bears, but for you, my dear shoppers, whether you're actually venturing into a shop or buying online, or the deed has already been done. Black Friday,
Cyber Monday,
Con Wednesday,
Christmas crackers Thursday.
they're running out of days. Your purchase has got to be of a satisfactory standard, provided you buy from a business and not from Nelly next door. 99% off, it doesn't matter. Notice said no Consumer Rights Act protection for sale goods, it doesn't matter. The standard a judge expects will take into account the price you paid, but goods must still work, though you paid only a small fraction of their value. Secondhand goods, where you still have Consumer Rights Act protection, but a judge will usually expect their standard to be lower than for spanking new goods.
What happens if there was something wrong with the purchase, but you knew about it before you bought it?
Well, it's a good question, for a change. You can't moan about defects brought to your attention. Slightly soiled, colour faded, signs like that could sink you, as will an inspection of the goods before you purchased, insofar as that inspection should have revealed what you're later complaining about. Obviously, it would have to be proof you did inspect. If a seller insists you take a thorough look before buying, you might smell a rat.
What about presents?
That's a tricky one. You buy, you make the contract. Only you can complain or take the dispute to court. That's the general rule. There are ways round it. Get the seller to write on the invoice or till receipt, purchase for Auntie Vera Higginbottom, who can enforce this contract, or similar words, or with a card accompanying the present, a sign, that's transfer your legal rights under a contract to Auntie Vera Higginbottom, and she will need to tell the seller in writing that she stepped into your shoes. Wording for this in my book. You could transfer those rights later on if you need to.
Or you could buy Auntie Vera a present that doesn't fall to pieces.
Leave the jokes to me. Receipts. Must you show the shop the receipt before you can make demands? Well, it depends. If, say, you want your money back simply because you change your mind, or your husband says your bottom looks too big in that dress, and you're wanting to take advantage of the shop's returns policy, then you need to comply with the rules of the policy. The policy may be that you can return in 14 days and must produce the receipt. Return in 15 days? Too late. No receipt? You've had it. But if the goods weren't up to a standard that law expects, it's a different matter.
I'm very sorry, sir, but I can't help you. A receipt is essential.
Do you accept I am an honest person?
Well, yes.
Then, as an honest person, I'm telling you that I bought these goods from you on the 1st of December 2021 at 4:05 in the afternoon for $19.99 and paid in cash and never kept the receipt.
But,
Look, I don't want to have to sue your shop, but if it's no money back, then I will. I'll sue you for a price, my out-of-pocket expenses, 8% interest and court costs. The judge will believe me, even if you won't.
Just let me have a word with the manager.
That should do it. It has for me. Remember, though, that it's reasonable for you to satisfy a shop that it was from them you made the purchase and not from their arch-rival down the road. You may have a credit card statement or a bank statement to show the relevant cash withdrawal, and that will back you up. Now, time for rejecting a purchase and demanding money back for substandard goods. Usually 30 days from collection or delivery, shorter if perishable, then before the expected date for the figs to start rotting. You can ask the shop to agree to longer than 30 days. If they agree, get them to confirm the longer period on the invoice or till receipt. After that initial period, you can still go for repair or replacement. If a seller refuses or it's not possible or feasible, you can claim for a price reduction or reject even at that stage. This later rejection, instead of the 30-day rejection, means money back, but you may have some cash knocked off for the benefit you've had from the goods after 6 months.
And now in this special Christmas edition, we come to the Law Watch Quick Fire Quiz. Are your law books fastened?
Fastened in red tape and highly polished.
Question 1. Your purchase was to be delivered to your home, but was promptly stolen from your front doorstep. Who was liable, apart from the thief?
Well, if left there without authority, the seller, not otherwise.
Correct. If cash price of an item is more than £100, should you pay by credit card?
Well, yes, if you have one. Then, if the item was missold or substandard, you can look to a credit card people to compensate you for all your losses. A Section 75 right, it's properly called. And that's even if the credit card was used for only part of the price. 1 new pence will do. No Section 75 right if another company came into the picture, though, and was involved in processing payments like PayPal or Amazon Marketplace. Though they may have a compensation scheme of their own, but less advantageous. With a debit card instead, then the card issuer may pay you out under the cashback scheme, inferior to Section 75, but it covers goods bought for less than £100.
Correct. Online purchases. Can you cancel without a good reason?
Well, generally, yes.
Correct. How long do you have to cancel?
Usually within 14 days of the goods being delivered to you.
Correct. How do you cancel?
Well, a form isn't essential. You can use your own words. There's some template wording to be found in my book.
Correct. How does the seller get the goods back?
You must return them within 14 days of having notified cancellation.
Correct. Who pays for the cost of return?
Well, generally you, unless the seller has agreed to pay.
Correct. And you, Stephen Gold, have answered all questions correctly and win a copy of The Return of Breaking Law, which has had widespread acclaim and is an ideal Christmas present.
But I wrote a book, and I've already got 2 copies. Look, they're behind me.
Rules are rules. You should be glad to have a 3rd copy.
Oh, what a swear. Oh well. Happy Christmas and a successful new year to you in court. Goodbye.